Now, the other thing about this that maybe we should get Roy to dig out, and we should watch this video. We did this at a conclave, or before a conclave a few years ago when the boys all came down a couple of days in advance. Roy found a video of Crazy Charlie's son, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Anyway, Crazy Charlie's son, standing on a huge bonefisher flats boat.
Prescott Smith,
driving at 30 kilometres an hour into the wind and casting. On the video, he's talking about driving a car around a racetrack or some bullshit, you know. And I get that because of my cane rod casting. So I get up there and just start doing circles, and it keeps going. You can keep casting. Now, from the bird's eye view, I'm doing an oval, and on a calm day, I would be standing in the centre of the oval on a calm day. But if I'm moving forward at the boat speed, that oval is still an oval, but I'm actually in the front edge of the oval. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, in truth, if I had to deliver, the fly might go 3 feet, because I'm only 3 feet back from the leading edge of the oval. Yeah?
And if it's stronger, you are even forward.
Yeah, but because the rod tip is always moving in an oval, I can keep the thing going. And it's sort of an optical illusion, not an optical illusion, it's smokes and mirrors. But you try and do it straight line, and it will not work. He's got a point. Oval casting or constant tension casting is really good. And my crystal ball, I said the other day, 2 things. 1, we're going to use softer and softer rods into the future. And 2, we're going to use more spay moves into the future. And what are spay moves? Constant tension casting. What's this whipping here I just did? Constant tension casting. Circles, 8s and straights.
It's very interesting because if you mind when you do any cast, you normally think of the delivery. So that cast is impossible to figure out if you're only thinking of the delivery.
And another thing, and I know I've told some of you this, when, we'll borrow that again, when I saw Al Burr teach casting to a group of beginners, and it's not a bad concept, it's not my idea of fun, but it's okay, a group of beginners, this was his deal. If Timmy was Al Burr, he'd stand in the middle of the park and he had 6 rods laid out where the line was pointing at him, and he had 6 rods around him in a circle. So he just said to people, I'm not going to give you a casting lesson, I'm not going to give you any instructions. It's like Roy's monkey see, monkey do thingy. I just want you to copy me. So the 6 people walked out and got the rod. He had a rod in his hand in the centre, and he said, mate, you haven't got the line under your finger, I've got the line under my finger, you're not very good at copying. So everyone puts the line under their finger. So then he said, mate, I've got my other hand in my pocket, why haven't you got your hand in your pocket? So I just want you to copy me, which bit don't you get one, you know? So then, with the rod tip, he starts drawing a circle around the bloke opposite. So he wants everyone to draw anti-clockwise circles around him. So then he says clockwise circles, so everyone switches to clockwise circles around the guy. So then he does up, down, turn around. This isn't true, I added this, but up, down, turn around. Up, down, turn around. So it gets back to this, so he's just getting people used to playing with the rod, and the girls in the class that are worried about getting hooked in the eye, they know it's all away from them all the time. There's no fear associated with making a backcast. You can't see where it's going to hit you in the back of the head. So then he says, turn your circle into helicopters above your head and walk towards me. So 6 people walked towards him and he said, point at me. And he pointed, 6 people pointed at him, and that's what happened. 6 fly lines went over the guy's shoulder. How cool is that? So look at this. Where's the line coming from? Who cares? Is it tight? Yes, it is. I reckon that's a really cool way to introduce people to casting. Fly's coming from way over there somewhere, but because it is tight, it's going to go straight. Is this going to go straight over Tim's shoulder? Nope. I think not. Tight line's better than slack line.
Yeah, I use it a lot in fishing situations.
Yeah. Which is better with a heavy fly, Peter? Straight line stop?
Tension by a long way. I inevitably end up in the middle of the boat, and saltwater fishing, trousers, and I'll use it overhead. like so, and then shoot.
Yeah.
Windy days, end up in the bow of the boat with the wind coming in on you. Change the plane sort of like so. My tip path will be out here and forward over this shoulder.
Yeah.
And then fish. Then cast.
So
That is one fault of the Triple F sort of program, I reckon. There is very much focus on straight line, stop, straight line, stop,
Yeah.
straight line, stop. And I've been, and Paul Arden and Matt Howe been arguing for a while that they should put split shot on people's lines to do the test.
Yep.
Don't just tell me about a Belgian cast. Don't just show me a Belgian cast with some fluff. Actually, put some split shot on. Anyway, I think they will come to that,
Yeah.
actually.
So is that Belgian cast and an oval cast? Is that the same thing?
More or less glorified and more rigid tip path in a Belgian cast, but it's a constant tension, and it's, it depends what you want to call an oval, really. And it's a canted oval, and
I prefer the egg shape. Wider here, tighter here, rather than a pure oval.
Yeah.
The tip path travels in an egg shape.
all the testing I've done, when someone says Belgian cast, because I did read up on it once, I said,
So we
"Oh,
also had William van der Vorst give us a talk on it.
so show me
He's
the
the
tip.
one who researched it.
Show me the tip path for a Belgian cast. Not one CCI candidate has shown me a correct tip path for a Belgian cast yet. You know, they hear it, they read it, they actually don't understand it. They couldn't step you through with the end of the stick, slow motion, the tip path.
There is an advantage to this cast that no one's really touched on. Anyone want to? Let's list the advantages.
The advantages
Yeah.
of this cast?
Of this cast. How many have we got?
You're not going to cloud
Well,
your rod, are you?
number one
Okay.
is safety.
Number one, you're not going to clousy your rod. Thank you.
Safety for yourself.
And the rod.
Why is it safer?
Because you do two things. You keep your flies away from your body. That's number
By
one.
swinging out here.
Yeah, but keeping the tip of the rod out of your body. Flies out of your body. And the other thing, I think, avoids tangles if you fit with 2 or 3 flies as well. If you keep people both separate, that's really one of the most important things in fishing.
So we've got two, safety, and we've got more open loop, avoids tangles with multiple flies.
And clousering your rod.
And clousering your rod.
That's 3.
You don't end up hinging your flies into the ground, you're actually swinging them up away from swinging them up.
Right.
Yep.
That's the one I wanted to hear.
Which one do you want to hear?
That,
Flies
give us to
rotate
us again,
upwards.
Tim.
Well, because what you're doing, if you're casting this way with heavy nymphs, they'll hinge down and hit the rocks and trees behind you. If you go this way, you're actually hinging them up, so you keep them going.
They're ascending on your back cast.
Ascending, yeah.
Ascending.
Sorry?
Sorry?
Use it as a change of direction.
Correct.
Change of direction cast?
Yes.
Yep.
You pull it around and come up and over the top.
Just by swinging the body.
But if, or even come swing it around here,
Yep.
deliver it over in that direction.
The only thing I would have added
Swing your body.
is that when you get up here, I think the delivery cast is still a normal delivery cast, but you're not making the whole thing. It has to have a lifting component, has to lift, but when you get here and deliver it, it's a normal delivery cast
Straight
over
line
here or
path
over
finish.
here. The finish is still, it's not something like that. It's oval up to this point.
Yeah, it's still an accurate cast.
Yeah.
Paul Arden's got a line from someone in the UK, I can't remember who it was, so it's hard to give credit. He says all casting is a derivation of a roll cast. So he starts off doing a demo, a roll cast. We come back, up, stop, go. Roll cast, back, stop, go, roll cast. Then he says a overcast, doesn't he? Switch cast. So then he goes, throws a bit more power, that's right, throws a bit more power in the back cast, so he gets a bit longer D-loop, bit of speed and go. Bit of speed and go. Then he turns it in a Galway cast. Whatever we're talking about now, Belgian cast. Around. Then he turns that into an oval cast. Then he
Who's
turns
this,
it
Tony? Who is
into a straight line cast.
Paul Arden.
Yeah, but who does he give credit to that? Then he turns it into a straight line cast. So he says it all starts with this and just gets faster and faster and faster and closer to a straight line, which is true when you think about it.
Yeah.